Shalom Israel, this is Bishop Nathaniel. The Israelites have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, as prophesied in Deuteronomy the 20th chapter. Here at Israel United in Christ, we need your help to recover the remnant of our people, teach them the gospel. Please help us, support us, and join or donate to the Booster Club today. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, people of Portmore. We are Israel United in Christ. And what we're here to show you, we have a video slide presentation of our history that is documented in the Bible. You cannot step up to the platform because it's something of vital importance, of vital information. This is very important. You're not going to get this learning in schools or in the churches. We're going to show you that as a nation of people, we are brought here on this island in captivity as punishment for disobeying God's laws, statutes, and commandments. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. We're going to open up with Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. Because what happened to the Israelites? What happened to the Israelites? Our people need to understand that the Israelites are still around today, and the Bible documents and leave traces how we can identify who the children of Israelites are. Who the children of Israel are. So open up with Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1.
So step up. We have a presentation here that we are showing. It's a visual presentation. Because we know that our people, we are very visual. We like to look and we like to see things. So we're going to show you a presentation. We're going to have movie clips to show certain things that happen to us as a nation of people that correlate with the Bible. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So Moses is speaking unto the children of Israel. Read on.
On this side Jordan in the wilderness.
So Moses was handing out the law, statutes, and commandments unto the children of Israel, as documented in the book of Deuteronomy. Now what happened to the Israelites? Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. Because the commandments and the statutes were given to the children of Israel. Something took place. What happened to the children of Israel? Where are they today? Oh brother, you have any time can spare? We're showing something of very important information. Well, this is something that we're bringing out. We're bringing out something that we can actually, just say watch us on YouTube. But you can never ever get too much information as it relates. Alright my brother. So people, step up. Come to the platform. We have information here that we're going to show you relating to the scriptures. Read Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So this is a promise that was given to the children of Israel. They would have been set on high above all nations. But what happened? What happened to the children of Israel? Jump down to verse 15. Because there's a divine curse that was inflicted upon the children of Israel. And the curses that were inflicted upon the children of Israel helps us to identify who they are today. Read verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So curses were inflicted upon the children of Israel for disobeying God's commandments. Now let's see some of these curses and who can we identify as these curses happening to. Which nation of people can you identify by these curses? Read verse 15.
Verse 16.
15.
Verse 16.
But sister, you have any time can spray? We are showing you, we are having a video, visual presentation on Deuteronomy 28 about the children of Israel. Who they are today. You have any idea who the children of Israel are today? You don't know. Have you ever considered who they are? You have never considered who they are. So are you familiar with the story of Moses delivering a set of people from the bondage of Pharaoh? So you never consider yourself what happened to those people? Who are they? Are they still around today? They are not around today. Let's see, Ecclesiastes 4 and verse 6. You said they are not around today because Ecclesiastes. So you can see the presentation. Because I said they are not around today. Let's see if that's a true statement.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 16. There is no end of all the people.
Read.
Even of all that have been before them.
So it says there's no end of all the people. So the Israelites are around today. So who are they? We're going to show you from the scriptures how you can identify who the children of Israel are today. Read Deuteronomy verse 28 and verse 1. Because who, when you read it, you have a Bible at home? You read it, you go to church? You don't go to church. You read the Bible? Because God has a chosen nation of people. God has a chosen nation of people. When you read the Bible speaks about a chosen nation of people who are the Israelites. So who are they today? We're going to show you who they are today. Read verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is Moses speaking unto the children of Israel. And Moses, because the 10 commandments, who did Moses hand the 10 commandments to? When Moses delivered the children of Israel from the bondage of Pharaoh, he went up into Mount Sinai and he got commandments. Who did he give it to? He gave it to the children of Israel. And that's what we're going to show you. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So, one of the important commandment that was given to them is that if you follow and listen God's commandments, you are going to be set on high above all nations of the earth. Alright? That's a promise handed to the children of Israel. It's from day one until this very day. But you say you don't know what happened to the children of Israel. Verse 15. Because the reason why we don't know what happened to the children of Israel, this is what happened. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So when you read Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1, there is a blessing. If you do the commandments, you're going to be set on high. So you have children. So don't you have rules and regulations for them? And if they go against what you say, what do? You punish them. So guess what? So in order for the children of Israel to be given a blessing, they would have had to follow the commandments. And if they didn't, then there would have been a punishment to it. Because for every blessing, there's a curse. So it's a curse, something good or something bad. Something bad. Let's read verse 15.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
So Moses instructed and said, if you don't follow the commandments, these curses shall what?
Come upon thee and overtake thee.
So these curses are going to come upon you and it's going to overtake you. Means it's going to consume you. No matter where you go, these curses will be upon you. Jump to verse 46. So let's see what is the purpose of the curse. Or the curses.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So Moses is letting the children of Israel know that the curse is going to be a sign. That is how you're going to be able to identify the children of Israel, because the curses are going to be a sign upon a nation of people. When you say these curses upon this nation of people, then you'll be able to identify who the children of Israel are today. So let's jump to verse 16. Now let's see some of these curses, and we want you to identify who these curses fit.
Verse 16. Deuteronomy 28th chapter verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, And
So it says, curse shall thou be in the city. I have a photo. V6, V16.
Pull up.
It's in the folder. So it says, curse shall thou be in the city. Right, that's the one. Read on.
and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So you're familiar with all people coming here as slaves, correct? What were they doing here? What type of work were they doing? Working in the fields. This is a current photograph. This is a photo. This is something that is happening today. Flip back to the slide. So it says, that's a photograph that I showed of something that happened that is pretty much happening right here today. It says, cursed shall thou be in the city and cursed shall thou be in the field. We were cursed in the field then and we're cursed in the field now. Because when you look around you, there are 4 major sugar factories right now in Jamaica. Money Musk, which I think is closed down. There is Frome. There is Worthy Park. Bernard Lodge. We're going to focus on Worthy Park. Who do you think owned Worthy Park? Worthy Park. Worthy Park is in Lloydersville in St. Catherine. Right? Let's pull up. So it says, cursed shall thou be in the city and cursed shall thou be in the field. When you look at the photograph that I show you, it's one of our people that is actually chopping cane at one of the Worthy Park plantation. So till this very day, we are still working in the fields. The very same labor intensive activity that our forefathers were doing back then, we're still doing it here today. So here we have photographs of our ancestors back in the days of slavery. Cursed shall thou be in the city and cursed shall thou be in the field. We were cursed in the field. Because when our ancestors came over here and we were chopping sugarcane, did we get any pay for it? No. Have they actually give us any reimbursement till this very day for the 400 years that we have been working here in this country? We didn't get any reparations. So we are still cursed today. Continue.
Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
So when you look, it says, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. When you look around you, that is going into ownership and into our savings. You have a bank account? Do you have any substantial savings in that account? No, I don't either. As a matter of fact, one of my accounts is in overdraft right now, so I owe the bank money. So it says, really from hand to mouth, not true. We can't save anything. That's a curse. And look around you. Who do you see own all of these establishments? Your who? Say it again.
Chinese.
The Chinese. Those are one of the persons who actually own a lot of stuff here in Jamaica. Because back in there's a slide that I did on the Chinese. Because the Chinese came here after our people were actually liberated from slavery. So-called liberated. Because we were never liberated. Right? They came over here as indentured servants. What? Yes, that's the one. Now, this is the census that was taken of the Chinese in Jamaica. It says the 1943 census showed 12,394 Chinese residing in Jamaica. These were divided into 3 categories by the census. Namely, China born 2,818, local born 4,016, and Chinese colored 5,515. Right? By 1963, the Chinese had a virtual monopoly on retail trade in Jamaica, controlling 90% of dry goods, stores, and 95% of supermarkets. Didn't they come here and see us? So how is it such a large portion of the population control 90% of dry goods store and 95% of supermarkets, along with extensive holding in other sectors such as laundries and betting parlors? They came here after us. A population, right now the Chinese population is probably under 100,000. And look at how much they control in Jamaica. Which nation of which nation of people mostly populate this country? Is it our people? The Jamaica is over 95% black, isn't that so? The Chinese make a fraction of that, 0.1% of Jamaica, and yet still they own 90% of dry goods 95% of supermarkets, right? Now in the 1970s, thousands of Chinese fled a wave of inter-ethnic violence against them. At first they went primarily to Canada, which was more open to immigration than United States. However, in the 1980s and 1990s, there was a new wave of Chinese migration to Jamaica, consisting of Hong Kong and Taiwanese entrepreneurs who set up textile factories on the island, targeting the US market, and often brought in migrant workers from China to staff their ventures. Why didn't they lose our people to do that? Why? So go back to verse 16 again.
Book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So as a nation of people, we are cursed in the city and we are cursed in the field. What? Say that again?
I'm saying we're in fact the Israelites.
There you go, my sister. The only one curse I brought out, and she's able to identify that we are the Israelites. All praises, my sister. We're going to go into some more because a lot of our people, if they're not convinced, we're going to show you some more curses. I want you to identify who these curses fit, because we mentioned about the Chinese coming here and being above us. That's also a curse. And we're the ones that are at bottom. Because what is the motto of Jamaica?
Out of many, one people.
Out of many, one people. Which nation of people are at the bottom?
Jamaicans.
Which Jamaicans? Because the Chinese call themselves Jamaicans. The white man who are living here call themselves Jamaicans. So which Jamaicans are at the bottom?
The Israelites.
The Israelites. Alright, my sister.
That's right.
The so-called black man, black woman of Jamaica. You are the Israelites.
That's right.
Let's jump down to verse 18.
Verse 18, the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
So it says, curse shall be the fruit of thy body. You have any idea what that is going into? The fruit of thy body.
I am thinking of
The offspring. There's a clip on it about the abortion.
Pull up already?
Yes, I think it's there. Or it's probably in the folder. No, I didn't pull it up. Look in the folder. You said you're talking about the offspring, and you're correct. It's talking about the offspring. So here's an article from the Jamaica Observer in 2013 about abortion. Jamaica needs a real SOS. SOS means save our soul. The World Health Organization studies suggest global abortion rates are steady at 28 per 1,000 women in a year. However, the proportion of the total carried out without trained clinical help rose from 44% in 1995 to 49%. I think there's a PowerPoint, officer, there's a PowerPoint. Scroll on, let me see if this is the one, because there's a section that is highlighted that I want to point out and bring that is key. No, go back. That is key. Because it's when I started doing the research on this, I started finding out that, alright, yeah, go back down. Yeah, go back, scroll back up. Go back out, go back. Yeah, that's it. Right? Now, this is an article that was done by the Jamaica Observer in 2003 about abortion. In the Caribbean, Cuba followed the communist world in legalizing abortion. Puerto Rico is part of the USA where abortion is legal. And Martinique, Guadeloupe, and the French side of St. Martin have legal abortion. Barbados became the first country in the English-speaking Caribbean to introduce abortion legislation in 1983 with the passage of the Medical Termination Pregnancy Act. The act permits legal abortion to save the life of women if the child is likely to suffer severe abnormalities for rape and incest, to protect the physical health and mental health of the women, and for social and economic considerations. Scroll on, officer, scroll on. Okay, here's something of importance. Studies have revealed that 1% of all abortions, this is Jamaica, of all abortions occur because of rape or incest. 6% of abortions occur because of potential health problems regarding either the mother or child. And 93% of all abortions occur for social reasons. That is, the child is unwanted or inconvenient. Murder. That's murder. So it says, let's go back to the scripture. It says, curse shall be the fruit of thy body. This is a curse. The vast majority of our people are the ones that are aborting our children. That's a curse. And the Bible prophesied that it would have happened. Read verse 18 again.
The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
Before the child was even born, the child is discarded. Discarded. Curse. That's a curse. And you know what used to happen back in slavery? When the conquistadors came on this side of the island, before our people came here, you had the Arawaks, or what you call the Tainos. Right? They're also Israelites. And remember, we're reading Ecclesiastes 4 and 16 where they said there's no end of all the people. What were you taught in school about the Arawaks and their existence today? They're what?
They're not really.
Well, we just read in the Bible where it says that there's no end of all the people. So we have been lied to. We have been lied to on numerous levels. The Arawaks are still here. Believe it or not. When the conquistador, that is the Spanish, when they came to this island, they slaughtered a lot of the Arawaks. And what they used to do with the pregnant women, they used to take their sword, slice open the belly of the woman, the fetus or the child would fall out, and they would feed it to the dogs. That is what used to happen. Fast forward, when all people came here, they did the very same thing. They did the very same thing. Curse shall be the fruit of thy body. That happened to our people. This is also showing who we really are, according to the Bible. Right now, they are doing it in the form of abortion. Previously, it used to be our oppressors who actually used to do it. But no, because the curse is still following us. Because the curses shall be upon thee for a sign. So when you see the curses, you're able to identify who the children of Israel are. And the fact that our people are the ones with a vast disproportionate percentage in abortion, it is showing that we are the Israelites.
That's right. That's right.
Let's jump down. That was what, verse 18? Let's go to verse 32. Let's see some more of these curses. Let's see if we can relate to who this happened to as a nation of people.
The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So we're going to look and we're going to pine and we're going to want after our child, and we can't. There's no power for us. Let's bring up the clip with roots. Let's show you something else that happened to our people. This is one of the curses that happened to us as a nation of people. Let's see what happened. It's there already, man. You just pass it. No, man, it was here. Mouse over this. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now, you're familiar with the roots? This happened. This was a program that came on long time. It came on when I was a little boy. I remember watching Roots. Now, this is a clip from Roots. Play, officer. Pause.
This is a traveling pass.
So we read in verse 32, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Now, Roots was a biography of an actual person. Alex Haley. He traced his roots back to Africa, and this is a production of this. So this is something that actually happened. Play on.
Noah confessed it was forged for him by Kizzy. It's a copy of one Miss Ann gave her.
Pause.
All right.
So it says it's a pass because back in slavery, our people couldn't freely move up and down from here to there. We couldn't go from one plantation to the next freely. We had to be given what is known as a pass. So the master would actually write the pass and give it to you. So in the event that you get caught on the road by another white person that says, what are you doing here? You show them the pass. You're given permission to move from one place to the next. Back up a bit, officer. Now Kizzy is the daughter of Kunta Kinte and Bell. Right? Play on.
We have one Miss Anne gave her. All right.
And Kizzy
Noah's
could
been
read her
sold
rights
off.
and forge
What's
a
left?
pass for another slave.
And Kizzy?
Oh, God, no. No, Massa, you can't sell Kizzy too. No, Massa, not my baby, not my child. Oh, Massa, no, not my child, not my baby. Massa, Massa, Peter, do anything you want to her. Anything, Massa. Tear the skin off her worthless hide. She an awful nigga to do such a thing, Massa. Please, Massa, in the name of Jesus, have mercy. Me and Toby, we give you our lives, Massa. Massa. 40 years, Massa. 40 years I serve you, don't I? God, my
Daddy, you're doing your job. She disobeyed the rules. She has to suffer the consequences. That's all there is to it.
Massa, please, please, Massa. Massa, I beg you, please, don't sell her. Please, Massa.
She's already being sold.
Oh, then, Master, please sell me in bed with her. But don't split up the family, Master. You ain't never been that kind of man. Please, Master.
Because the Bible describes them as being our enemy. Never trust thine enemy. Now for 40 years they have been slaving for this man. And look what he's about to do. Play on, officer.
Tom Moore owns Kizzy now. Mr. Odell will take away David.
God, my baby.
Quick, poor Mammy Bell. Oh no, no, Mama, Mama, no, Mama, Mama, Mama,
Alright, stop, officer. So you see what's happening? You see how she begged and pleaded not for him to sell her daughter, and what did he do? He still sell her anyway. Read the verse again.
The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Stop. Jump to verse 48. It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and there shall be no might in thine hand. She never had any power to stop the master from selling the child, did she? No. That happened from, and it's happening even till this very day. Our children are snatched from us. In America, they have what they call welfare. They come in and they say, oh, you're not raising the child as how it should be. We're going to take the child. And which nation of people, children, you think they take the most? Our people. And you know what they do? They say, look, the man can't stay in the, if you want to actually be able to, if you want funding from the government to maintain this child, the man has to go. So when there's no man in the house, what do you think happened? There's no family unity, there's no family structure. That is why what is happening to our people is happening today. There's no father around. And it has been trickled down from slavery until this very day. Because the vast majority of our household are run by women. There's no father around. It started from then and it filtered down until this very day. And that's why we are here. We're here to show our people why we're going through what we're going through. Yes. Yes, it does. Verse 37. That is also a curse.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb,
Shall become an astonishment, a proverb,
and a byword.
a byword, meaning a name given to us that is not our God-given name. Because guess what? The children of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Simeon, Gad, Manasseh, Reuben, Zebulun, Naphtali. Those are the children of Israel. Do you hear anybody calling themselves today? Are we calling ourselves any of those? We are actually from the tribe of Benjamin. You call yourself from the tribe of Benjamin? No. What's your name? What's your last name? Duncan. Where do you think you get that name from? Huh? No idea. But guess what? You'd have gotten it from your father. Where do you think he got it from? The slave master. It shall become a proverb and a byword. that means you'll be given a name that is not in any way, shape, or form to the name that was given to you from the Bible.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.